Are you dealing with low T or low testosterone and struggling to get a good night's rest, or maybe you even have sleep apnea? Well, you're definitely not alone. Many men find themselves caught in this frustrating dynamic, and there's confusion and conflict on whether or not testosterone replacement therapy will help or make things worse when you also have sleep apnea. For instance, we often hear that TRT can worsen sleep apnea symptoms and the actual underlying sleep apnea events. But what if it could actually improve your sleep quality? Today, we're going to unravel the complex relationship between sleep apnea, and low T or low testosterone. Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Terranella, and this channel is all about helping you improve and optimize your health. Today, we're going to look at the question of sleep apnea and low T. Does it help or does it hinder with sleep? We'll draw on over my 15 years of clinical experience and also use some research to try and answer this question. And if you're finding this information useful and helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to continue getting videos like this. So if you don't know, sleep apnea and low testosterone or low T often go hand in hand, meaning that when you have sleep apnea, your breathing is going to be repeatedly interrupted, and that interruption in your sleep and breathing can disrupt the hormone production, including testosterone. And so herein lies the problem, is that TRT can actually sometimes worsen sleep apnea or make the breathing interruptions more frequent and more intense. And so when you're in this scenario, treating the sleep apnea will sometimes take months or even longer in order to get some resolution or normalization of those apnea events. In the meantime, your testosterone is low the whole time. And sometimes even after months of treatment, your testosterone levels are still going to be low. So is there a world where you can do both, or is there a world where you can just take testosterone replacement therapy and still improve or not worsen at least your sleep apnea? After all, they both can significantly impact your health and your well-being. Sleep apnea causes fatigue and increased risk of cardiovascular problems because that lack of oxygen throughout the night is going to have some effect on your tissues. And that's not to mention the mood and actual sleep disturbance that's going to occur from that. Low T, of course, also can cause low energy and fatigue, but it also decreases your libido, can cause brain fog and mood changes and many other symptoms that we've detailed in other videos. We might liken this scenario to a car that has a flat tire and also has an engine problem. Maybe it's only running on 3 cylinders instead of 4. But you can only fix one of the problems or the other will get worse. Like if you fix the engine, the flat tire gets worse, or maybe the tire starts falling off. So you need to fix both problems in order to really get to where you want to go or get that car to move in an efficient manner. So which one do you fix first? Which one do you choose? Or do you actually have to choose? So this is the main problem. And the obstacle is that many studies do show that TRT will worsen sleep apnea. And so most people assume that if they already have sleep apnea, then they kind of take the testosterone replacement off the table, or they might start TRT without addressing the sleep apnea, potentially making their symptoms or making these problems even worse than they were before. And so we want to strike a balance between these two scenarios to where we understand the nuance and complexity of the relationship between the benefits of testosterone replacement therapy on your overall health and also the impact of chronic sleep apnea on your tissues and the rest of the body. And maybe we can strike a balance between treating both of those or treating one of those in a more subtle way that's not going to make the other worse. And that is the main thing that I'm advocating here, is that it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. You do have to make incremental adjustments when you have these problems going on. Any problems that you're having with your health, you may overshoot the mark and give a little too much testosterone, and that's going to worsen the sleep apnea. Even in the case that you're already on CPAP and treating the CPAP, taking a little too much can cause more of an issue. Before we get too far into the details, I want to share a little bit more information about how these two things are interconnected and related. So sleep apnea for sure can disrupt hormone production, including testosterone, leading to low testosterone. And this occurs from the fragmentation of sleep and also the oxygen deprivation during that sleep. Now, sometimes if you just have disturbed sleep without even having sleep apnea, you can also have disruption in your testosterone production. And the decreased oxygen specifically is going to affect the hypothalamus and the pituitary. So you're going to have decreased gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is going to be followed by a decrease in luteinizing and follicle stimulating hormone. The luteinizing hormone is what stimulates the testes to make testosterone. So when you have less of that, you're going to have less testosterone being produced. And most of that testosterone is generally going to be produced in the early parts of the morning, which is going to be compromised in the case that you're not getting adequate sleep, not getting good sleep, or you're in a compromised oxygen state during the time when that luteinizing hormone should be surging and stimulating those testes. Another thing to consider with sleep apnea is that it's often associated with weight gain, which can further contribute to low testosterone because excess weight, particularly around the abdomen, can increase the aromatase activity, which can then cause more of your testosterone to be converted into estrogen. Sleep apnea can also contribute to inflammation, and inflammation can then further cause disturbance to sleep. And we've detailed that in a different video on sleep disturbances. And so as we mentioned, there's clearly a negative association in the medical literature in general about the impact of testosterone replacement therapy on sleep apnea. But most of them focus on a shorter duration of treatment, really focusing on the first maybe 3 to 9 months after starting. But other longer term, more nuanced studies, maybe looking at smaller doses or dose adjustments, in some cases show improvement of sleep apnea while on testosterone replacement therapy. In addition, and more commonly, studies show that at least that testosterone replacement therapy isn't worsening the sleep apnea when they start that. And so there could be several things at play where it's initially making things worse, and then later maybe it stabilizes, or maybe if the dose isn't so high, it's not going to impact things quite as much. But theoretically speaking, testosterone can help strengthen the muscles in the upper airway, which is potentially going to reduce the collapsing of that airway during sleep. And testosterone may also improve the overall oxygenation of the body, which can have a positive impact on sleep quality and the overall hormone production. But those are just theories. Let's see what the research actually says about using testosterone replacement therapy in sleep apnea. We're going to look at 2 specific studies on this. So in one of these studies, it found that testosterone replacement therapy may initially make things worse with severe obstructive sleep apnea. Over time, maybe after 18 weeks or so, they found that there was no clinically or significant difference in the severity of apnea between the testosterone group and the placebo group. And so this suggests that while the initial worsening may be transient, long-term TRT may not be causing really a much negative impact. Another review article highlighted the complex relationship between obstructive sleep apnea and testosterone replacement therapy. And they point out, well, some studies show that there's a potential worsening of obstructive sleep apnea with TRT. Others suggest that there's benefits, in particular with more long-term and lower dose use of testosterone. And in this study, they're emphasizing kind of the same thing that I'm saying here, is that a personalized, more nuanced, careful treatment may be what's needed in cases like this. So the key takeaway here is that the relationship between testosterone replacement therapy and sleep apnea is complex and nuanced, meaning it may show up different for you than for someone in your peer group. So things like the severity of your sleep apnea, the type of testosterone replacement therapy you're using, the dose, the frequency of dosing, and other health-related factors like cardiovascular health or underlying respiratory problems. There's multiple layers of things that may change how you navigate testosterone replacement therapy when you also have sleep apnea. So here's how I recommend approaching this when both sleep apnea and low testosterone or low T are present. For sure, if you know you already have sleep apnea, then it's going to be the gold standard to use some kind of CPAP device. That's what's going to help treat those apnea events. And it's ideal to address the sleep apnea before you start the testosterone replacement therapy, but it's never too late to start it. Most people that have sleep apnea are going to be overweight or carrying a little extra weight, and that's really common in most scenarios when you have sleep apnea. And sometimes some of my patients might say, well, I don't want to use this CPAP machine. I'll just lose weight. I'll just start a diet and then I won't have to wear it. The sleep apnea will go away. And while that's true, oftentimes we're having the same conversation 6 months, 12 months, or even 2 years later. And so what I like to remind people of is that oxygen is needed in order to start a fire. And that same fire is what is internal in your body when we're trying to break down energy and use that energy, you need oxygen to do that. And excess weight is energy, and you're not going to be able to burn those calories and utilize that weight if you're having low oxygen states 30% of the day or whatever percentage you're sleeping. Then basically you're fighting more of an uphill battle if you're not getting the oxygen to the tissues where you need it. And so if you've tried the CPAP machine for your sleep apnea and you're still having low T symptoms, or you actually have low testosterone still, testosterone replacement therapy may still be an option for you. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to mention that there is a playlist on testosterone replacement therapy and all things TRT that might be helpful and useful for you navigating this world of testosterone replacement therapy, dosage, and things like that. There's also a playlist on sleep problems and sleep issues that might be helpful as well, as these two things are sometimes interlinked. I'll also be making a testosterone replacement therapy guide, and it'll eventually be linked in the description if you want to check that out as well. So now that we kind of better understand the lay of the land or the problem in terms of sleep apnea, sleep issues, and low testosterone, here's a couple key takeaways for you. Sleep apnea and low T are often co-occurring, and that creates a challenging loop cycle where one causes the other, and then that one sort of exacerbates the other. And while generally speaking, TRT in the non-nuanced form, meaning cookie cutter approach, may worsen and often does worsen sleep apnea, it does have the potential to actually improve your sleep quality, and in some cases even improve sleep apnea, especially in the case that you're actually going to the gym and you start working out. It gives you more motivation and you do lose weight. But it can happen in other scenarios too. It's not always in all cases and all doses going to make sleep apnea worse. It's also important to make a priority to utilize sleep apnea treatment if you do have sleep apnea or you think you might have it. If you're snoring a lot, for instance, that's one of the key indicators that that might be a problem for you. Keeping that in the mix in your overall treatment plan is going to make sure you're able to get the most out of your testosterone replacement therapy if you do decide to start testosterone. Think of the scenario of trying to light a match in a low oxygen environment. It's much harder to do. And if you do decide to start some kind of testosterone replacement therapy, you want to make sure you start low and go slow with any dose escalation that you do, so you can monitor changes in sleep and your sleep patterns. So hopefully this gives you a better understanding of the relationship between sleep apnea and low testosterone and whether or not starting testosterone replacement therapy is a good idea. If you do have any questions about anything in this video, drop it in the comment section. I'm happy to answer your question. If you want a more customized, nuanced answer, you want me to take a little more time answering your questions, consider joining the membership program. We'll have a lot more time and attention to dedicate to your question. Now, one question you might have after watching this video is, what is the best starting dose for TRT? And you can find the answer to that in this video right here.